championship contenders? I think so. Let's talk about it.
First took away. That's for this. Get your money's worth.
Yeah, my voice is fucked up again, and I apologize. Presented by the Birdsall Law Firm, the official injury lawyers of Pro PELS Talk, located at 19 Poydras Street by the Superdome. Give them a call at 504-523-5413 if you or someone you know has been involved in an accident. Birdsall Law Firm, the official injury lawyers of Pro PELS Talk. Make sure you smash that like button, Lito Ross. Lito, can we start with Willie Green losing his shit and getting a technical foul? I think that's how we got to start the show.
First of all,
lost his shit tonight, and I applaud him for that.
Yeah, Will been watching the show. Like somebody in the organization was watching the show. Like they've been studying our moves. I really feel like listen. It was a hell of a time. It was a hell of a time to get a tech. Like Zion got mugged. The ref was standing right there. I went back and I watched.
Yo, he fucking changed.
Like.
Sorry, go ahead. He changed his avatar to the girl of the DraftKings.
Bro.
That's all time.
I didn't even, bro.
Sorry.
Y'all foul. That's crazy. Shout out to Liv. Shout out to Chung for giving us the name. I followed it, Chung. Yeah, man. Shout out to Willie for getting the fucking tag. Like, throw a chair, get thrown out, curse. But did he curse? That's my question. Did he curse? Was a curse word said?
Do you think a curse word was said, Ross?
No way.
I think that'd
run him because he went so far down the sideline.
I'm shocked he didn't get run. I really am.
Because I don't think he cussed.
He said dag nabbit. But shout out to Willie, man. He did it.
Yeah, at least show some emotion. Yeah.
But Ross, we've talked about it. I know we've joked a little bit about it, but we've been serious with this. To me, I thought that set the tone, one, and two, it showed Zion that he had his back. Like, listen, I know they missed the call on Ant Edwards. I get it. That happens. But when you're fouled that egregiously, going to the rim, literally 3 arms just hacked him and you don't get a call. I thought Willie, I would have been fine if Willie would have gotten run tonight.
Yeah, look, he did the right thing. I mean, he was certainly emphatic in terms of, running past midcourt. He was obviously pissed off. I mean, look, you're the head coach, man. Like, this is part of the gig. So yeah, I was happy to see it happen. Look, it's long overdue. And yeah, it was just a terrible. I mean, how do you miss that one anyway? The guy's standing right under the damn basket. And McDaniel just hacks him both arms straight. I mean, it's a ridiculous no call in the first place.
Yeah, it was bad. So we're gonna talk about the game. Once again, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe. I see a lot of comments. I will try to get to all of y'all's comments as possible. Appreciate X for the super chat. Chris Connor joined the show. Lito, let's start with you first. I think we have to start not with Zion. I think we have to start with Brandon. I thought Brandon tonight, and Chris Connor talked about in his halftime show. I thought he set the standard tonight. He set the tone. What did you like from him overall tonight?
I liked everything. I liked everything Brandon did. That's crazy. I'm sorry. But hey, listen, I'm excited, Chris. I'm not pausing nothing. I don't care. Listen,
is this a no pause show?
I'm not pausing nothing. I don't care. Okay. I don't care right now. I'm gonna pause y'all though. But nah, listen, dog. Brandon did 2 things for me tonight. For real. He literally, Chris, I'm not pausing. Okay. He literally, bro, I saw Brandon take a charge and I saw him, he foul baited on 2 plays. He took Jaden off the dribble, he bumped him, he pump faked him, and then he waited for him to jump and got the foul. Did the same thing on Rudy. Like, I'm truly seeing a change in stylistically in play for Brandon for this team. To be honest, all of the shots that he took tonight, bro, like I was told.
Ross, you're catching strays left and right. Sorry, go ahead, Lito.
I was totally fine with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I was totally good with it. Like his passing, he had 7 assists. He got to the free throw line. Me and Chris talked about this. His drives, the way he's getting into the lane, he's changing the game. His drives per game have gone up. Man, Brandon was truly phenomenal. He only had 19 points, right? But again, in this type of game, as the same from last night, you didn't need a whole lot like from him. But yeah, man, I could go on and on. Like Brandon, he played defense, bro. He was in the stands. He had Jaden McDaniels in the corner on fucking Vulture Island. Like he was trying to go between his legs and dribble and do all this fancy shit. he lost the ball. He looked like fucking Larry Curly and Mo. Like he didn't know what the hell. He was out there dribbling like it's like it was oil on the ball. Like he was allergic to it. I don't know what was happening, bro. Yeah.
But Chris, I feel like, and I know Lito's description was incredible, but like I see a difference in Brandon's game. It's not a lot of dribbling anymore. It's attack mode. It's quick actions. It's look, I'm going to pull this three. If not, I'm going to attack or kick or create. And then also defensively, he's a completely different player. Completely different player. I mean, he is giving max effort on the defensive end too.
First thing I want to say that it looks like shout out to Ross. Looked like he in a witness protection program. Like. Shout out to my dog Ross, man.
I'm doing it for the people, man. I'm trying to keep a low profile. So I'm doing the best I can over here.
You got the inconspicuous hoodie on, like, you know what I'm saying?
I might put the hood up in the
Look at Tyler.
They got people looking for me, bro.
What was the question?
Fuck, Brandon, quick actions, kicking the ball out, attacking the rim.
Yeah, man. I think the word I would use is sacrifice, and I think Brandon. My question in regards to Brandon taking the next level or taking another step in his career, or him being a part of a team that wins a lot of games, being a part of a team that we can have discussions about, winning championships or even we talk about this next extension is, are you willing with the gift that you have to do whatever the team needs? Are you willing to do what the team is asking for at all times? Right. So maybe that means that tonight you start the first half with 15 points, you end the night with 19. We almost got the best three players scoring 20 points again in another game. But defensively, man, he's really, he got a lot of money on the line, so it is what it is. But I think that Brandon's doing a lot of the extra things that I think people have been asking of him, and someone who's looking to get paid the amount of money that he's looking to be paid, and someone who has the overall talent that he can show at certain periods of time. That's what when you have his wingspan, when you have some of his abilities defensively, sometimes all Brandon got to do is get in the way. But outside of that, he's been giving the effort, and that alone is getting him in the blocks and steals. I know what he can do as a passer. I know what he can do in some respects as a scorer, but taking some occasional threes that are there. All those things make a difference, and it's helping the team out. Some nights he's going to score 30. Some nights he's going to score 13. Some nights he's going to score 15 or 19, and maybe we'll get an occasional 40 from him. But he's doing a lot of the other shit, the rebounding. Lito mentioned he took a charge. I can't tell you the last time I saw Brandon take a charge. I don't know.
Seriously, we all said this. If you're in the chat right now, if you've seen Brandon Ingram take a charge, please let me know so I can clip that. But I've never seen him take a charge in a Pelicans uniform.
So, I mean, I'm just like, for me, I'm happy that between the past few games of guarding the best overall player, LeBron, and then Mikal Bridges, between doing that and just doing whatever, maybe it's the timely rebound, maybe it's a late contest that turns into a block. I think it was either Ant Edwards or it was Rudy Gobert, where Brandon is helping from the corner to end up making a block. It's those things. When they do film study, they're going to be clapping up Brandon for doing those things. And that's what you want to see, because at this point, man, I know he can get me 24, 5, and 5. I know he can pretty much give me that. But it's the other things, the winning plays, the things that we applaud Hurd for and Dyson for, that we saw from not just Brandon, but Zion tonight. And that's what takes teams that are good, average, to the next level time over time,
Yeah. Ross, I think I know your answer, but I'm interested to hear what everyone else thinks. Brandon had 11 shots tonight, goes 7-11 from the field, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. Did you think that he didn't shoot the ball enough tonight, or do you think that's a good number for Brandon?
I mean, look, there's going to be nights where we need him to take more than 11 shots. Let's not overplay our hand here. But I think tonight, yes, that was the right amount of shots. And there was a few nights ago, it seemed like maybe he took 13 or 14 in another good performance. I don't remember the exact number, but no, I'm okay with this. Like we're on record here. I think like Brandon doesn't have to take a ton of shots to be effective. You saw that tonight, especially if it's a reduction in those really difficult shots that he sometimes can take. I mean, if we're replacing some of those shots with him getting better looks for other players, that's not a bad thing. Like it's called being a leader. This is called like learning how to play with others. This is pause. This is making your teammates better. That's what this is. Like that's what I've seen out of Brandon these last few games. He's made the other guys better. That's what leaders do. That's what all-stars do. That's what winners do.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Well said.
Definitely looking like an all-star.
I'm about to say, does anyone want to add on to that point there?
Nah.
No, we're good.
He definitely looking like an all-star.
Cool. Let's talk about the next segment. It's Herb Jones.
Yeah.
Oh,
Lito Herb Jones.
Who?
Herb Jones.
Herb
Herb Jones.
I mean, fucking Alcatraz. Like he's institutional defense. Listen, dog. If Herb Jones gonna make 4 threes on you gonna have a rough night. Like you're not winning that game. I forgot what the stat was, but somebody tweeted it. If Herb makes, I think, a 3 or 2 threes or something like that, the Pels have a. Yeah, he was 4 for 4 at one point, but then he took that last one. He ended up 4 for 5. Somebody asked what Herb's stats was the last. That's crazy. My bad. Ross and Herb in the same place? That's crazy. Yo, that David, this crazy. You can't do it. You can nah. See, y'all took no pause.
You went too far.
Like
you went too far.
So look, somebody asked what Herb was shooting the last 3 games, and I had the answer for him. I give you this. I'll give you the last 5. The last 5, he shoots 47% from 3.
On how many attempts?
He is shooting 4.
Jeez, that's gotta be his best 5-game stretch ever. 47% on 4 attempts.
May of last year, I think he had a 3-game stretch where I think he was like at 50%.
Wow.
This was what we talked about. I mean, it was a couple. It was funny because the Pelicans actually put the exact stat up that we alluded to. I think it was 2 games ago, where like in wins, Herb shoots like 43% from 3. In losses, he shoots like 20%. I actually went and looked after, and including today, in games where Herb makes 2 or more threes, we're 9-3. Like there's something to that. Like if Herb Jones makes a couple 3-pointers, we're going to win the fucking game. Like that's pretty much what that's where the data is.
Is that the stat? If Herb Jones makes 3s, we win the fucking game. Is that just the
if Herb makes 2 or more threes, we're going to win the game. Like
that's fair. Win the fucking game is the stat.
Yeah, I mean, if he makes 3, we're going to definitely win the fucking game.
Yeah.
If he makes 4, we're going to win by 20.
Shout out to Sean, bro. I appreciate you. Thank you, man.
Chris, I know they've talked about Herb, but is there anything you want to add? Because he's just the guy that does it all, man. And I think I watched him again tonight, and I really took into account what you said on the last podcast last night about how Herb Jones can also kill you in different ways of cutting or attacking the rim. And I saw it again tonight of more, yes, he's hitting 3s, but he's still slot cutting. He's still off ball screening. He's still doing the small things to get others open. And that's why I think he's so valuable to this team.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think I think he's one of the most intelligent players on the team. And I may be selling him short. He may be the most intelligent player. DraftKings, Brett. DraftKings. All right. But yeah, look, there's nothing else to add. I mean, what Ross said are the same things that the Timberwolves are going to say. When Chris Finch walks into his office and he pulls up the box score, or if he's sitting doing post game, he's going to say, if Herb Jones makes 4 threes, if Herb Jones makes 4 threes, we're going to lose. He's going to say that. So, but Herb still got to make them. 4 for 5 today. What was he yesterday? 3 for 4, 3 for 3.
He was
I'll check.
he was 2 for 4.
Lakers game, he
Lakers
did
game, he was
well.
3 for 5.
It's not even about the three. It's literally just about offensive confidence. Because the thing about with Herb, it doesn't even always have to be scoring. He's so smart and he has skills as a passer, as a dribbler. Justin says he has the best Euro step in the history of the game. Like
Wow.
he's such a weapon.
Yes.
He's such a weapon in transition. Like Herb just has to have offensive confidence to take the basketball. And you know what? The player's going to trust him to do whatever he wants to do with it. That's all you got to do, man. And, I think if he does that, whether it's shooting, whether it's assisting, whether it's attacking the rim, he's a really good free throw shooter. He's still 86.
Got to be 80% this year.
Yeah. So, him and B.I., I think are right there for best on the team. What else do you want? As long as he continues to just initiate things when he has the basketball, you'll take everything else.
Yeah, and for everyone that's joining the show right now, I apologize once again for my voice. It's completely gone, but make sure you smash that like button to Lead Productions. Yes, we talked about it in the first 3 minutes. Willie Green getting teed up tonight was, I thought, everything. I thought set the tone. It lets you know that he's got Zion Williamson's back, and I thought that team. I'm very interested to see what run the Pelicans went on after Willie Green got teed up. I know it was a double-digit lead. I'm still pretty sure of it, but I'm interested to see how they expanded it. So look, guys, I see a lot of comments. I'm starring them to make sure that we get to it at the end of the show. So I'll make sure to get all y'all's comments. Lido, yeah, this is it. This is what I want to talk about because I saw Duke Zion come back to life tonight. I did. Chris.
He's been, listen, his energy, his activity. He didn't rebound well tonight, but you know what I'm saying? If that's the only negative I'm gonna give him, then the motherfucker was a plus 20. I don't have like much for him. He played great. He played great. He got in the defensive dog. Look, the block was great. The block was amazing. I appreciated it. But dog, he got in the defensive stance for 90% of his possessions.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Really did.
He was giving energy and effort. He was trying, he was working hard on both ends of the floor. You know what I'm saying? He was him and Brandon for the most part. They literally set the tone on how this team was gonna go. And shout out to Zion for giving Herb credit in the post game. You know what I'm saying? Because he said that Herb set the tone. He said Herb is the guy who we follow. And quiet leader, man, quiet leadership shit. But man, Zion, you can tell he's getting into he's looking like the guy from last year. He's getting to that point. He's probably at 75-80% right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him for continuing in his condition though and working through, whatever it is he was going through. He was great tonight, man. 11 for 15. 5 or 6 from the free throw line. He also had 6 assists. Zion threw a pass. Oh my God, I don't remember who shot the 3.
Jose in the corner.
It was Jose, bro. That was oh my God, that was a rope.
You talk about it went from he was center of the court. I think went to the right corner, and Dyson was in the dunker spot. Yeah, AD spotlighted. It was Jose.
Bro, that was a hell of a pass.
Yeah. Kyle, of course, we're going to talk about Cody Zeller, obviously. Chris, just talk about Zion. It's just night and day. We had the really bad night in Vegas. It was a bad night overall, just for everybody, including us. It was just a bad night. But since then, he's responded. He's playing back-to-backs now. He's playing his ass off on defense. He's being playmaking on offense. It looks like he's got a little bit of explosiveness. It looks like he's starting to get a little bit better shape. Are we starting to see this December last year Zion? Because me and you talked about it. Wasn't it a year ago tonight that he popped his hamstring in Philly? Wait, what do you guessing at?
Why would you bring up some dumb shit?
Oh no, we don't have to talk about that. What do you thoughts on that, Chris?
Oh, you were asking me the whole time. I thought this question was going to Ross.
No, let's go to Chris. Let's go to you.
Did we say Chris? No.
Because we talked about Zion. It was a year ago tonight, right? Where Zion hurt his hamstring in Philly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think, and look, he's on a back-to-back tonight. And I'm looking at some of the comments that are pointing out that there wasn't a bunch of lazy contests on defense even for Zion. Lito brought up the block. There were a couple of other contests. There were a couple of other extra effort. Like he, as well as the point was about Brandon, he was doing a lot of the other extra shit that comes with, being someone that's the best player or the second best player on the team. So with Zion, man, tonight was the first night, and I could see, to me, watching him accelerate on low dribbles consistently is when I can really tell what kind of shape Zion's in and where he's getting back to what he's supposed to be. And watching him dribble in small windows, so whether that be like there was one play he tried to get around and he tried to split a double and put the ball behind his back. Yeah. It was almost there he just lost the ball. And I was like, okay, that's something he wouldn't have tried a week ago. So for me, it looks like the conditioning is there. It's getting there. While he's still jogging every now and then and getting back on defense, I'm seeing a little bit more of those horse gallops that the Adrian Peterson. He like the acceleration is slowly getting there, but what he's doing with the basketball way out, that's telling me that he's almost back. And there was nothing that Minnesota could do. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. Like when we talk about Zion, it's literally about Zion. It doesn't matter about the matchup anymore, man. It doesn't matter about who's guarding him. Ed Edwards is a hell of a defender, and they did a really good job out on the perimeter against him. It don't matter. If Zion is in the right condition and if Zion is in the right shape and he's back, he has the rhythm that he feels comfortable with. And he said a couple times today on the court, I'm back. Mm-hmm. He said that. Mm-hmm. There's nothing that anyone else can do. And tonight was probably the first game specifically watching him beyond the three-point line dribble and accelerate and get to the free throw line where I was like, all right, it looks like he's slowly getting back to the dude that we were watching last year. And maybe if he did it yesterday and didn't do it today, I probably feel differently. But coming on the second night of a back-to-back and this kind of game on the road tells me something totally, tells me something a little bit different. So it was good to see, man.
Yeah, when I know that Zion's starting to get in shape is when he starts getting his stance defensively. That's when I think that I like, okay, he's ready. Ross, when Zion's playing like this, when he's controlling the offense, he's attacking, he's playing off Brandon, he's being used in PNRs, he's off ball, like multiple ways. How hard is this team to defend?
Well, really difficult. I mean, I think, look, we said this a few nights ago. We're generating open looks, which is what's important. We shot 50% from three again tonight or whatever. I don't know, what was the final number? 40 something. I mean, it felt like we made it. It felt like if we drop below 50%, it happened late in the game. But I don't remember the exact
46.2% from deep.
And so there are going to be nights where we're not going to make every shot we take. Right, like CJ is on y'all talked about Herb from three over the last hand. I feel like CJ hadn't missed a 3-pointer in a week.
On the heater.
It feels like everything. It feels like everything he's shooting right now is going in. At some point, the shooting is gonna maybe come and go a little bit, but it's the looks we're generating, right? Like, that to me is where the focus is, and Zion is such a huge piece of that. When he's in shape, he demands attention. That gets Jose wide open looks. That gets CJ wide open looks. That gets Herb wide open looks. Well, look, those guys aren't going to make as many threes off the dribble as they're going to make when it's literally a practice, catch a pass from Zion or catch a pass from Brandon in a two-man game from the other side of the court. Like, man, just get in your spot and be ready to shoot. And role players play better whenever they're only asked to play their specific role. I think that's what you're seeing a little bit right now. And, they just got to keep it rolling.
We haven't mentioned one player on this podcast that was missing tonight, because you got a 43% three-point shooter who's in street clothes right now. And I'm telling you, instead of him, and look, Jose knocked down some shots tonight, Herb knocked down some shots tonight, but you're more confident when 25's in the corner and Zion's attacking and creating all this collapsing. Because if Trey Murphy's going to get these looks as well with CJ, it'll be tough to stop.
We got to talk a little bit about CJ, because
let's talk about him. Yeah, what do you got?
I mean, 4 for 6 again from three. He is on a heater.
There's
I
a
think
lot
for
of
the
people who are
year.
mad at. There's a lot of people that are mad at him on X,
Usage.
Twitter, or whatever you call it.
Usage.
That might be sexual. Yeah,
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's probably the craziest thing you said on that show.
Toward a certain. Because I mean, bro, what are we talking about when it comes to CJ? Like, he's
we talking about him stealing shots from Zion. That's what we talking about.
No, it's stealing shots from
not
Brandon.
Zion. Like, come
From
on,
Brandon,
man.
bro.
Like they won the game. CJ shooting almost 44% from three, bro. If you count this game, he shoot almost 44% from three. I want him to shoot the ball as many times as he wants to right now. Many times as he wants to right now.
His last five is shooting 48.
I mean, what do
His
y'all
last
like?
five,
What do we
how
want?
many attempts? How many attempts?
It's got to be 6 or 7 a game, I would think.
And
maybe more than that.
And he spent so many times throughout the game, just like mentally with them playing, you can tell that CJ's saying, I know I'm a third option.
Yep.
He's gonna run the offense, whether it be the Brandon or Zion. First half, he was a role player.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
But that's a dangerous CJ McCollum, right? Like a guy who is. I mean, I don't want to call him a role player because I think CJ is more than that. But when he's asked to be a third option, right? Like, hey, you are not the center of attention. You're not even like the side chick. You are a guy that is. You are like. You're the other guy that's getting no attention. Like he can win that matchup every night, especially when half of those are going to be wide open threes. Like CJ McCollum is a fucking good shooter, man. Like
good shooter.
His whole career.
He's a good shooter. He's a great shooter.
CJ is a great shooter.
He's a great shooter.
Averaged 20 for however many straight years.
11 years.
Going on 11.
Like, dog, if he was shooting bad right now, the motherfucker is he leading the league right now if we're accounting attempts and 3-point percentage? Half his shots are 3-pointers right now. He's shooting damn near 8 a game. Like, y'all gotta,
He's shooting. Wait. He's shooting 42%. He's shooting 42%.
This last 5, he's shooting. Oh, I'm sorry. What you want it? You want it now?
I want for the year. What's for the year? What we got, CJ, for the year from D?
For the year, he's
shooting
43.
43 on.
Is that not counting this game? Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's not. It's not counting this game. I mean, look, like
no, it's not counting. I'm sorry. It's 7.8 shots for the season.
Like I got it. I understood last year. There was some games where we watched him was like CJ.
He had to, bro. He had to.
I understand. But there was certain times, even when he had to, it felt like, man, like CJ, that's not a good shot. I don't feel that way this year, man. I feel like CJ's damn near every shot he takes, it feels like that's a good shot. You know what? You probably deserve to take that shot and then win it. Now, if he starts taking shots to take them out of games and puts them in losing situations, then I can see the slander for people that are Zion fans or Brandon fans. But on a night like tonight, man, let him do what he's doing, man.
And it's crazy because it's a small number. Like he's taking 2 less shots per game this year, but 1 more 3.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's the spread that you wanted to see from CJ this year. Like he's made an adjustment to the way he plays. And you're right, Justin. Last year he had to do some of that, the things like we don't want him doing. But this is what can happen when this whole team is healthy. And people have seemed to buy into what to winning, playing winning basketball. Like that's what I've seen the last few games. They have played winning basketball.
The CJ discourse for me is insane. Shout out to bro who said he don't pass. He averaging 5 assists on the season. Like he had 5 assists tonight. Like I don't know what the fuck y'all looking at. What game were you watching that nobody else is seeing? The motherfucker, he led the team in assists last year. I don't like what are we talking about? And wait, hold on. What he said?
He said he's killing runs and extending leads.
Oh, he's killing.
Oh, exactly.
That was a great. Who said that?
Great, Kyle Brown.
Where is
Kyle.
that? I can't. I see it. This is a hell of a comment. That's a really good point.
Bro, and the thing is, and to Ross's point, right? CJ's so smart. He understands what shot is the momentum killer. He knows when to take it. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to have a guy on a team that understands when to take what shot and how to break the other team's spirit, bro. CJ is a guy who was like Chris said, he averaged 20 points a game now, going on 11 consecutive years. Like, that shit ain't no fluke, dog. You see how crafty he is. He clearly has lost a step as far as like getting to the basket, but he's made up for that, bro. His relocation off of other people's movement this season has been insane. He is taking a play out of Hawks. I'm not really, but like he's taking a play out of Hawks. Right? Like, I'm saying, like, with the movement, with the relocation that he's
crazy. That's so disrespectful. CJ been in the league. I know.
I
said a play from Jordan Hawkins.
I said not really.
You sound like Justin.
It was just.
You sound like Justin.
That's unnecessary. You just ruined the whole thing.
What is that? Why would you say that?
Why you stepping on my tape? Chill out, Black Panther, man.
Excuse me?
Listen. CJ. Okay, I'm sorry. CJ, he took a play out of Reggie Miller's book. You fucking happy? Jesus Christ. He took a play out of
CJ McCollum's book. You've been playing in the league for 13 years.
No, but he wasn't relocating like this though. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was getting his shots off of, to me, creation. Now, like, he is like, stop. He'll literally space and get back. I didn't want to say fucking Curry Dave. I said what the fuck I said. Listen,
jeez, Lito's upset right now. Oh my god,
it's less. Look, I agree. I think what you're trying to say, and I actually agree with you that it's less ISO. I mean, it's a lot less ISO one-on-one pull-ups. And again, part of that is the people he's playing with, and like the fact that, yeah.
Okay. Smash that like button. We're gonna go to y'all's comments. So look, y'all, I've got about 17 starred comments. I'm gonna pass around the panel.
Wait, how many likes you got though? How many likes?
Someone update lead on the likes. Presented to you by Company Burger, located 4600 Ferret Street. So drop your comments. I'll get to them. From Tom, yeah, Cody's all right. A fucking assist tonight, absolutely.
Oh,
well, one of the best pass. By the way, one of the best passes of the night. One of the best passes of the night was the ABC pass.
The best Euro, the best Justin.
Bro, I didn't say the best. I once again watched again. I said one of the best. And then Chris Connor said best of the world tonight. Okay, so Chris from Sean, do y'all think Zion and BI are all-stars this year?
Absolutely not. I hope I'm wrong, but no. Like, and look, and here's why. I mean, number one, I mean, as of right now, I don't think when you look at some of the, like, the Western Conference has so many people statistically, and those that are in the same, I guess, record area or around the same spot that the Pelicans are in the standings, that are a little bit higher than what Brandon and Zion are doing right now. Now, if you telling me that the Pelicans go on they turn this 4-game winning streak into a 6-7 game winning streak, they dominate the rest of this month, and they, we look up and they number 3 in the West, number 2 in the West, and maybe we change the discussion. But I'm not sure right now you can give a 5th seed where they're currently set up, specifically where they're at right now statistically, 2 All-Stars. It's just too many other talents in the Western Conference right now, bro. Like, like the Warriors, for example, like 11th in the West. You think Steph Curry's not making the All-Star game? Like, come on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ja's going to make the All-Star game. They're not in the playoff race. I mean, you can go on. Yeah. Wembanyama might make the All-Star team. just because he's him. So, and when you look at every team in the Western Conference right now, 10 of them, all of them got players that you can make arguments for that deservedly, that either will be there or should be there. So it's hard to give the Pelicans 2 players unless they are dominating. Like, Timberwolves might get 2.
Oh yeah,
they probably shouldn't, but they'll get 2 if they finish number 1. The Thunder start to run away with number 1 seed for a little bit, create some distance.
Yep,
they might get 2.
Y'all want to hear crazy stuff before we get to the next question? Zion Williamson went 11 of 15 tonight, all left-handed layups.
Oh,
absurd.
Nah,
he left-handed. So.
He had a right-handed putback. That's not right. I don't know where you got that.
This is what Christian said. That's what Christian said. I'm just reading that.
But he
almost positive he had a right-handed putback.
Okay, geez, what's going on there?
I'm saying
Stephanie Wilson, Lito.
he left-handed.
No, we're going one question each here. Stephanie Wilson, Leo, do y'all think they are learning how to play together now?
Stephanie, I hope so. The last 3 games they've had excellent starts in the first half. The ball movement, the assists per game have been up. Tonight, I think they took the least amount of threes that they did in the last 3 games. They took under 30 tonight. They took 26.
Yeah.
So I mean, it seems like the philosophy is there, and I think they just got to stick to the script. I think so, Stephanie. I think yeah, Ja doesn't qualify, but I do think that they have found some sort of common ground, some commonality, and it seems like CJ has accepted his third role to where like he'll let Brandon and Zion, go ahead, do their thing, and then he'll figure out how to, do him later in the game.
Oh my God.
I'm not pausing. I'm not. That was crazy. That's crazy. I'm sorry. That was crazy. Pause. That was
interesting.
He'll figure out how to find his shots later in the game. You know what I'm saying? You saw what he did in the second. I think he had 16 in the second half.
Can I rephrase it and ask you a question, Justin?
Sure.
Do you think they're learning how to play together, or do you think they have chosen now to play together? Because for me, there's a difference.
Chosen. They have chosen. They had the whole meeting. I think they've chosen to play together. I don't think. Look, Brandon's a high IQ guy. CJ's a high IQ guy. JV, high IQ guy. Like Zion knows how to play. Like it's just them wanting to play together. And you're starting to see, as one of y'all said earlier in the show, sacrifice. Brandon's not getting as many shots. Zion's not getting as many shots. CJ not getting as many shots as he used to. But they are sharing the basketball and making the right play every single time. That's my answer right there. Back to you, Ross, from Slim Chilla. Seems like the pecking order.
Wait, say that name again. Say it again.
Yeah, my voice, man. I might need to go.
No, it wasn't a voice. It wasn't a voice.
Slim Chilla. Seems like the pecking order is set finally.
Why you can't say it without?
Let me clear my throat.
Do you think the pecking order is set?
I don't really know the answer to that question, to be honest with you. I don't. I haven't seen. To me, it feels like it's been more of a get the best shot. I haven't seen a lot of this pecking order like stuff. I'm not going to sit here and say like, oh yeah, nah, Zion gets first crack or Brandon gets first. I hadn't seen that, but I have seen is more of those two guys playing off of each other.
I knew you was going to highlight that.
I think that's.
Well, that question's definitely going to be answered. Can't wait for that one.
I think what I've seen is if you want to say it, it's that those two guys have collectively become the center of everything we're doing on offense. But if you're asking me to sit here and say like, nah, it's Brandon is doing this or Zion's doing that, I really hadn't seen a pecking order in that regard.
Lito from DJ Pratt finally got another BI Zion pick and roll that ended up in a layup.
Did we just get? Was it just one tonight?
Just one. It was at the end of the second.
It was a couple.
It was a couple.
Whoa.
It was a couple.
Okay.
You sure, Chris?
In the first half, yep. Mm-hmm.
So
okay.
So a couple meaning 2 or 3.
I mean, a few would be 3. I mean,
so a couple 2.
It
was 2.
A couple is 2.
All right.
Like you want to see 3 people together, and you say, "Oh, look at that nice couple right there."
I don't know. That would be a throuple. I don't know. However you do your thing. You know what I'm saying? This is all on you.
You say thruckle?
Throuple. Shout out to Willie for running 2 pick and rolls. That's hard.
Okay, next question. That was really good. What?
The wheels come off so quick.
How do I navigate that? Thomas to Chris. Larry Nance, I thought that boy was washed, but nope.
Justin reading some of these comments that have a little bit of sauce on them is great to me. It's great. I mean, I understand you're sick, bro, but Larry Nance, I thought that boy was washed, but nope. You sound like AI, man.
Yeah, he's not like he's you're just
like you're not a human. You're
like narrate
sick.
that shit, man. Like
Right.
I'm fucking shut off for my team, man. I'm not 100%. All right, I'm struggling.
Look, I'll take this one because Chris has been a little
you.
softer on Larry
Okay.
than I think I have.
They play Call of Duty together.
Since Larry has come back, he's played great. Like he really has played energetic. It's the best I've seen him look in a Pelicans uniform, and we're pretty tough on him. I mean, I didn't think he played very well earlier in the year. Granted, he was hurt. He finally seems healthy. He seems more athletic, bouncier. So kudos to him, man, for getting healthy, and he really has. We all got to kind of take back some things because I kind of thought Larry was cooked. He just didn't seem like he was ever going to get back to sort of what his peak could be in that role. And I think we've seen that these last few games. I really think Larry's played great.
Yeah. Chris from Vince, Jose was phenomenal. You know, another game, man. You asked me a couple podcasts ago about Jose, and I was like, you know, does he match up well? Well, I mean, every single night he has moments now where he literally changes the game, and he went on another run tonight.
You know, I mean, and look, I mean, I think that even with the way that Jose's playing right now, I still think it's situational. You know, I don't know if certain matchups are going to fit for Jose. Like when you're playing the Clippers and they're playing with larger wings consistently, and they got Zubac out there. I don't know if that's a role for Jose to play a large amount of minutes.
Right.
But here's the key for Jose. Regardless whether or not he's regardless of how many minutes he's playing, everything changes if he's shooting the basketball like this. If he's shooting 40% from three, he's gonna be able to steal minutes regardless.
Mm-hmm.
That changes the equation because this team needs shooting and they don't consistently know how to enable the talented shooters that they have on a night-to-night basis. So, yeah, I mean, he's gonna do all of the little things. You know, he got a couple steals in this, or a block or something. He is a really good sneaky transition defender.
Yeah.
He's gonna flop and get you a couple free throws. But if he's shooting the ball, which right now he's still shooting over 40%, that kind of changes the equation. And then from there, the team got to figure out how to overcome his lack of genetic. His lack of size.
Huh?
Yeah.
Wait a
There's no
minute.
way.
He was trying not to.
You ain't gonna pause it? You ain't gonna pause it though?
I thought it was a no pause show.
All right. If you feel good about that, okay.
You said thruple on national TV.
National team.
International. We got viewers all over.
Yeah,
We do.
Yeah, there we go.
No. Oh, well, Matt Ryan's going to come back. Jeez, I can't talk. Matt Ryan, I just don't understand what's good. How you bench 47%. Like
Here
he's
we go.
if he
Oh, it's easy to do.
he's got to play. It's easy to do.
Yeah.
You don't, Ross. I've lost so much respect.
Well,
for you
that's
over Matt
high.
Ryan.
That's a better percentage than Trey. So let's just give him Trey's minutes. I mean, you got to get the best shooter out there, right, Justin? I mean,
I don't think he won't get any playing time, but he deserves playing time.
Deserves.
Yes, a 47% 3-point shooter on 5 or 6 attempts deserves to be on the floor. Deserves to be on the
that's
floor.
47%.
I don't
Played like
care.
8
I don't
games.
care if he can
yeah,
guard
the
me.
dude played like 3.5 games, and Justin's
Right.
over here calling him
Deserves.
fucking
He
Steph Curry,
deserves it.
Klay
Deserves.
Thompson or
He's
something.
entitled to minutes. Matt Ryan, who was
The guy might not even have a permanent
McDonald's.
locker yet.
That man,
He
I hate
was
the show.
delivering McDonald's to random alleyways, and you say he deserves
He's living in the soul
over
lane.
8 games?
He's renting. Dude's renting probably.
I'm so crazy.
Come on, man.
Lito, what seed do y'all think what seed do you think we end up with?
Top 5.
What seed?
I don't know. That's why I give you a range. It's like I know you want me to be Miss Cleo right now. I don't know. I'm gonna say 4.
You think they're a top 4 team?
No, but I'm gonna say it. You asked me. You asked me. All right.
Man, that's you see. Wow. Wait, hold up. Shout out. We are international. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for
Luca,
watching.
thank you,
That's
bro.
awesome. Let's see. Ooh, good question here, Ross. What teams worry y'all the most?
The good ones. No. I it's funny. This is a good question because I found myself thinking in watching the game today that damn, Minnesota played a bad brand of basketball today. I mean, just ISO heavy. Poor Jaden McDaniels just sits out there, praying that he's going to touch the ball once every like 8 or 9 possessions. I mean, he just looks miserable. They remind Minnesota, I think, is a little bit of fool's gold, but I think a healthy Denver is still a huge fucking problem for us.
Yeah.
We seem to have played Oklahoma City kind of well, but depending on what they do in the trade market, and I think a healthy Clippers team still makes me a little nervous just because how they can match up with us on the wings. But for me, I mean, Denver's a tough matchup for us. They're tough.
They're a
tough matchup for everybody. They're defending fucking champion, so it's kind of a stupid comment on my part. But they're tough. And then and the other team, I think that if they can ever get healthy, that I don't like the matchup is the Suns.
The Suns. Yeah, Chris, you got a little bit of an echo in your background. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, there's something. Yeah, I don't have something wrong with Chris's mic. But Lito, what about the Suns? Are you worried about the Suns?
I think the Suns should be worried about the Suns.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about the Suns at all. I don't fuck. They just got Bill back and he I don't know, bro. Like their health is worse than ours, and they have no bench. They have no depth on their team.
For me, I think about the playoffs, and not to cut you off there, Lito. It's just it's hard to get too far ahead of ourselves, Justin. Like we're 35 games in to a team that is never like we're right at that point where these guys start to have historically broken down a little bit, and so I'm excited about where we are today. I think if we continue to play well and continue to stay healthy, like it seems like there's a pretty steep upward trajectory for this team right now, based on the way we've played the last week or so. They got to stay healthy. Like, and I still have question marks there. I got to see it. Like, I got to see us.
So then
60s, like get to game 65, game 70 with this team mostly or all healthy before I can I mean, and it's tough to say that, right? Because that's almost the end of the season. But the fact of the matter is, like, we've just never been healthy.
Yeah.
I feel like as far as teams that I'm worried about, and Dave, my bad, dog. Like we could go gamble, dog. Like I'm gonna say the Pels are gonna be 5th. That's the 5th seed. The team that I'm worried about for real, the only team that I'm honestly worried about is Denver. I don't think, if we being realistic, in a 7-game series, bro, like, in a 7-game series, I don't know how you I really don't know how you beat them. And they the defending champs. I think it's kind of irrational to say that you can just jump off the porch and beat the defending champs. Like you don't even have playoff experience.
So then Friday, Ross, and then Lito, I want to hear your thoughts on this too, and hopefully Chris's mic is fixed. I think you're good, Chris. So Ross, we'll start with you. The Clippers coming here Friday night in New Orleans. They get through the back-to-back. How big of a game is it on Friday?
I think it's a huge test. There are games throughout a season, right, when you feel like you're playing pretty well and another team is healthy, that you think you could see in a first, second round series. I'm not going to go any farther than that because we've never even come close to going farther than that. Where I think you circle those games and they might, everybody might try and say, oh, it's just one of 82, but it's not. I mean, I think this is a game where you need to show up and play well, kind of what you did tonight. You went into Minnesota, the team was 14-1 at home, and you kicked their ass. Like that's a confidence boost for you, and it's a wake up call potentially, or it's a setback for the other team. I would like to see us play with the same level of intensity, play with the same level of urgency on Friday. And for me, it's a big one because I think the Clippers are a tough test for us. Just the matchup feels like a team that could give us problems.
Lino, what do you think about that comment?
Zaytoven, based on what? Like, based on what? A 7-game series versus the defending champs with possibly the best player in the NBA. I guess, man. Like, I hope they would. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want you to think that I don't want them to win. I just.
Jokic is just the one, and again, it's a dumb comment because no one stops him. He kills everybody. He's the defending MVP. But I find it like doubly so for us. Like, we just don't have an answer. Like, we don't even have a deterrent.
No, like he's unguardable. Like, no one's figured out a scheme or a way to stop him. It's just you pray someone misses.
So
and then
look,
the
other thing too is like, I obviously you could deploy Herb or Dyson on Jamal Murray, but Denver is not just gonna let you guard him 1-on-1. Like it's not gonna happen like that.
Right.
So I think you gotta. I don't know, man. Look, as a fan of the team, I for sure wish they could beat Denver. You got to get to the playoffs first. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah. No, that's totally fair. This is a fun question. Ross, I'll go with you first. From David O'Connor, do y'all think we match up good with the Thunder?
I do, because I think in a lot of ways we are more physical than the Thunder. And for whatever reason, somebody correct me if I'm wrong here. I feel like I feel like Shea is one of those players that Herb really gives problems.
He does.
It as opposed to some other type. There are some other guys that I don't find Herb to be as effective against, but it seems like when we play OKC, he gives Shea some real issues that some other good defenders don't. Maybe it's a matchup thing, maybe it's a style thing, maybe it's a whatever. But yeah, actually, for us, I like the matchup against OKC. I just think we're a little more physical than they are.
Interesting. Chris, what are your thoughts on that?
On the Thunder or
the Thunder? How do we match up well? How do we match up with the Thunder?
I mean, I'm curious to see how, because when the Pelicans played them the first game, who was out? Or was everyone available?
No, Brandon was out. No. Yes, Brandon was out.
Brandon was out. So
yeah.
I want to see them later on in this month play them with the full group and see how that goes. But yeah, I mean, Ross was mentioning how well Herb does against SGA, and I think if we're talking like a playoff series or whatever the case may be, I love what SGA is doing. But if you're gonna start SGA and Giddey, two guys that for SGA you're gonna go under screens consistently, and you have a non-shooter in Giddey, teams are going to look to take advantage of that. And I think the Pelicans could do something similar. So I think that particular team, specifically for a series, is probably missing something that would play into the hands of what the Pelicans want to do. So I don't know if they're there yet to where they would necessarily be someone that I am fearful of in a series. I think that they're a good team. They have the assets to get better. I mean, they just beat them in a play-in, but I think, yeah, I'm not there yet, man. I think I don't know if I'm fearful of them. There are other teams that will be higher on that list.
Yeah. Hey. Once again, look, I apologize for my voice, but I got kids. She's sick. I'm sick. And it's just it takes.
Justin, you can't apologize. That's crazy. You don't apologize for that.
It's just tough right now. Okay. Shout out to appreciate
Dallas though. Dallas is my team.
Dallas doesn't scare me at all.
Not one bit.
Not one bit.
What?
With the dribble station that these seriously?
No.
Justin, you sent me a video of who today?
Kyrie. That was such a cool story. Okay.
That don't fear you? You're not afraid of that?
I just who stops Zion? Who stops Brandon?
I mean,
tell me. Okay, Luka's and beyond CJ. Luka's the guard Zion.
Yeah,
I got a
think
dude that can guard Luka, and I got a dude that can guard Kyrie.
Hold on. What
you have a dude that can guard Luka.
You say guard Luka. What do you mean?
Sorry,
Oh,
contain.
Chris,
What
your
about
boy,
that?
man.
Contain.
That's a Dyson Daniels series, brother.
Yeah, but how many minutes?
10.
I'm not talking.
Eight off the bench.
No.
The joke
I'm
is
not talking Jason. I'm talking Brandon and Carter.
I know you're not. But in all seriousness, I mean, this is going back, 2 or 3 podcasts, but like that's the type of series where people are like, well, if we're only playing 8 guys, like who are the 8 or whatever. Like that's a series where Dyson would step into, at least in my opinion, would step into like some of the Najee minutes or some of the trade, whoever.
This, and this conversation is also tough because I've said this before. If they continue to win, this roster is not going to stay the same.
Right.
Some of these dudes we're talking about are going to be traded.
Yeah, consolidate. Like you got to.
Yeah,
like Najee
like
today.
some of these dudes are
Najee was a
traded.
negative. Like he didn't do much tonight.
I mean, I can guarantee you that some of these guys we're watching right now will not be on this roster if they continue to even hold water from today.
And that's a true stat. That's a true comment right there. Dyson does very well against Luka.
I don't disagree. I watched the game.
Yeah, I don't mind that matchup. Obviously they gotta stay healthy. But what about a matchup tonight against the Timberwolves? Do you think we beat the Timberwolves in a 7-game series?
I don't like the Timberwolves.
Whoever wants to go first.
Yeah, I don't like how the Timberwolves are currently constructed.
Interesting.
Whether or not we beat them, the Pelicans have some things that they have to show me that they can overcome from them, from consistency and playing the same way and being focused on whatever is asked in that moment with whatever needed. And then we've talked a lot about the coaching staff and so on and so forth. So, but they're another team that doesn't scare me necessarily. I don't like the way the Timberwolves are constructed. So, which one of you guys? It was Ross. You were talking about how McDaniels is just standing in the corner, just not knowing what to do when he's going to get the basketball. Like,
and they're really thin. I mean, they get into that bench. They don't have to get very far into that bench for it to. That like all they got to do is just literally get into the bench and they drop off.
They have some things that they have to. I'm not sold on their roster yet for Minnesota to necessarily be a team that scares. But there's a few teams here that I think could give the Pelicans problem. But the Pelicans give the Pelicans problems sometimes, more times than not. Like you gotta, the Pelicans gotta prove that they're not gonna be the reasons that they lose games consistently over a large stretch. And then we can talk about the other team. They got to stop. They have to finish this month and not being the reason themselves that they lose. You know what I mean?
50 more games of health.
Like
that's the important thing. Like you ask me in a month and half the roster's hurt. Well, yeah, then I really don't want to play the fucking Timberwolves. I don't want to play anybody. But yeah.
Probably have like 5 or 10 more minutes left here. So if any more comments, questions y'all got, let us put them in the chat. Let's see.
Smash that like button.
Yeah, smash the like button. Okay, Lito.
Yeah.
Do you agree with this?
I think that you probably have to make a move for Jonas. Sure.
That's tough.
It is tough, and I'm saying it, so it must be true, right?
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like you do. Like it is what it is. What if I told you though that you have 2 players on the Pelicans team right now that are top 30 in blocks, and both are higher than Jared Allen?
Really?
It's crazy. Jared Allen is not. I feel like he's not a huge shot blocker. Never has been. Now he's a deterrent at the rim, but never like. I mean, I'm pretty sure if you go back and look, never been a guy that blocks 2-3 shots a game.
That's crazy.
Beads from even Stevens.
That's messed up. That's tough. That's tough.
Why y'all be doing Ross like this in the comments?
That's like an old school insult. Like that one hurt. Like
Beans.
Beans might have been special. That's tough.
Grown up Beans.
That's crazy.
That's tough.
I think that I agree with Ross. I think when you look at Jared Allen, you think, I guess people, you see defense, you see blocking, but Jonas is averaging 1.4 blocks a game, and Jared is averaging 0.9. Herb is averaging more blocks than Jared Allen.
Jeez.
Well,
You gotta, even if it's not Jared Allen, fill in the blank. Right now should be about selling high on certain
absolutely.
guys.
No, and that's
whoever it is, as they continue to win,
yeah.
or even if they start losing from it, whatever the case may be. When we're talking about the Pelicans trade deadline, whether we're talking about selling or buying, which I hope we're talking about buying, they gotta be selling high, and you ain't gonna never. Jonas ain't playing it. You gotta bet that this is the best Jonas we gonna ever see.
You're right. That's so true.
Unfortunately, that's I wish that wasn't the case, but that's the truth.
That's the reason why I started my like. I don't know if it's Jared Allen, but I think you do have to move on from Jonas. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it hurts me to say that, but it's just the truth. You should sell high. You should sell high on Najee. You should I'd sell high on Jose if I could. I'd get anybody, bro. I want the most talent for the least amount of money that I can get, because that's how the NBA goes. I think we had this. Yeah, it's business. We had this conversation. As your team progresses, year after year, you have to have roster turnover from the 12 to 15 guys, or the 10 to 15 guy, or your team is just not getting better. And there's no disrespect to any of those guys. Like, I appreciate their effort and everything they bring to the team, but you have to retool every year.
Ross, Chris, anybody want to?
I don't think Jared Allen is the answer.
Okay, wait. I got
my man David O'Connor has my answer.
Yeah, okay.
We did it two podcasts ago. For me, my trade, a realistic, the shit that I think could actually happen of trades that I would make right now. Like, the list is one, maybe two people, and Miles Turner is like at the very tip top. Like, he's 1A, and I don't even know who number 2 would be. I'm sure there's somebody out there I would take. But
why do you like Miles Turner's fit? Like, why do you like him so much, and why do you think he's a fit here?
Because of what he does defensively is immediately makes us a better defensive team. Like, he fills some of the voids in like he just makes up for some things. You saw it tonight. There were a couple of times that Anthony Edwards, like, Jonas is for all the great things he does. Like, he is not there is no one scared of Jonas. There is no one that's pulling up. There is no one that's shooting a floater. Like, they are just going straight to the rim. He is a deterrent in a way that Jonas will never be, and he does things offensively that benefit our high usage players.
Yeah,
I think he's just a better fit. Like, there's in every regard.
His last five, he's shooting 52% on four attempts from 3.
Oh, Miles Turner?
Yeah. Fuck. And I complain about his rebounding, but honestly, 7 rebounds a game, like, you just gonna have it should be a team effort anyway, right? Like I feel like this Miles Turner thing to New Orleans has been in the works for 5 years now.
Yeah. Oh, Chris.
Why would the Clippers do that, and what do you think they would want in return? And what the hell are the Pelicans gonna give to match that salary?
The salary. Yeah.
You have to involve a third team.
Okay.
I wouldn't be upset.
Wait, Chris. Let me ask you this: Do you think they need to target a point guard or backup point guard?
No.
Really?
I don't think they need to target a point guard at all. But I've always kind of felt that way. I feel like you're paying the 3 guys that you're paying the most amount of money are the ones that should live and die with the basketball and all have the ability. So if they can't figure it out and you're not moving them, then you don't deserve to have another point guard, another one in the fray that's controlling games. Like, someone to get into the way of CJ, and you're running super small backcourts from in important periods with CJ and said point guard. Nah, I don't think they need one. I think it's on CJ, Brandon, and Zion to figure it out until you trade one of them. Now, if you trade one of them, then you can start talking about adding a point guard. But I don't think this team is built for that. So backup point guard, no. Would I would I accept one under the right, the right deal? Sure, but I don't think they need one. I just know one way or another they are going to upgrade and consolidate. They have to.
Okay, Lito, I think it's an interesting comment from James because they need to get out of the luxury tax. Okay, so you watch tonight and you can see how good this team can be.
It ain't your money, James.
Right.
What I am saying though is, to James's point, before the year they wanted to be under the luxury tax. They did. That was a goal of theirs. Well, now, you're sitting here, 20-14, just beat the shit out of the best team in the West. You've won 9 out of 12. Can you have this type of mentality?
No.
But do you believe they won't have this type of mentality?
I mean, if I'm going on the history of the team, then like I have no reason to say that they will, but I think if you want this team to be successful, you should have to go further into fucking go all in. Like go all in. Especially that's crazy. Damn, that was crazy. I'm gonna review the tape tonight, y'all. I'm gonna review the tape and I'm gonna get better. Like I will not play a game like this again. I feel like, yeah, man, like go into the tax. Like if you believe in this team, if you believe in the talent, especially from what you saw tonight. Now, here's the thing. I think the team has to give them a reason to do that. The team has to.
You don't think they're giving him a reason right now?
I think tonight was great, or the last 3 were great. But I think you have to consistently do this. Like they have to see. I think in order for Gail to tell Griff, hey, like I'm cool, you know what I'm saying? Go get my purse from over in the corner and take my card out, right? I think that you would have to consistently give her a reason to do that, or him, or Griff, whoever is making a decision. 3 games ain't gonna do it. I will say I do want Tyus though. If I just had to add my 2 cents.
Hold up. Who's Ross? Because young prospect says, well, when do we go all in? When do we go all in, Ross? Because you got all these picks, right? Well, they're starting to fall. Like it's starting to come up now. Like after next year, the Lakers picks are done, so that trade's done. Milwaukee's like, when do you go all in?
I mean, look, if we there's 11 games till the break, 12 or something like that. If you play like this for another 2 or 3 weeks, and you're sitting there as a 3 seed, and the team is healthy, right? Like that's the most important thing. If you're sitting there at 27-17 or whatever the hell this thing would be, and you're like a 3 seed, I think like this is the time. Like it really is. Like, because what else are you waiting for, right? Like next year, Brandon's contract year, you sort of lose you lose some leverage there. I mean, if you're in a position with a healthy roster at this break, I think you really have to do it. Otherwise, what the fuck are we doing here? Like,
Lito,
that question or
that question. When do you go all in?
It's been time. The picks ain't worth shit. Like you last year, bro. I was begging for them to. Like when the Lakers were in shambles last year around this time, like sell high, get, you know what I'm saying, get off them. We have no roster accounts.
No, you can keep going.
No, we do. This is the important. Like you're about to say it too, Lito. I think is it like the other part of it is JV, not currently under contract next year. Najee, not currently under contract next year. Larry, I think, has 1 more year after this. Like some of those pieces might be moving this offseason anyway. And so if you're going to do something, like you're kind of in the spot where you do have a little more flexibility than maybe you think you do.
Right.
Chris, do you want to, is your mic okay? Or
I've given up.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I've given up.
I gotcha. Okay. So then Lito, back to you. What players you willing to move right now?
I'm willing to move anybody. Like
Anybody.
I'm all about the front of the jersey. I want to win. I want to win. I don't have player loyalty. I want to win, bro. I'm sorry if that offends anybody, but I'm tired of being a loser. I want to bring a championship home. So whatever has to be done for us to win, I want that. I want to whatever it feels like to be a Warriors fan and to talk about your fucking rings and how that shit keeps you warm at night. I want that.
Keep you warm at night.
I'm saying, like, you know, how Lakers tell you about the rings their great grandfather was a part of watching back in like 1946 and shit. Like, I want that, bro.
Ross, you have anything to add to that, or?
I'm probably not like quite as like there are some people. I guess it's just more speaking more realistically. Like we're not moving certain people, but man, anybody outside of the main 2 or 3 players.
Exactly.
If the roster gets better, right? Like if the
Can I ask you who are the main 2 players?
I mean, Brandon and Zion aren't going anywhere. Like, what are we? I mean, and CJ ain't going nowhere anyway. Yeah, they're not going anywhere right now. Anything outside of those guys, like, like if you let's see, here's one because I know this for me at least as I think about stuff that you could do. Like, how tied are y'all to Herb? Like, what if someone just what if someone demanded Herb in a deal that makes you potentially much better?
Give me that player. I need a player.
Guess I hadn't thought about it hard, like the exact trade, like big enough. But all right, Markkanen. Let's just use him for an example because he's the guy that everybody's talked about possibly getting traded.
Nah, Ross. Let him answer that shit. Nah, go ahead, answer the question, Justin.
Fuck.
It's like, but the question you don't have to answer it, but because it's a shitty hypothetical. Because like there would be more shit included in that deal anyway. But it's that type of player to me. Like, how tied are you to him? Right, because the other guys,
Herb's so important to this team, man. I'm thinking back on it. I don't know.
See,
I think Herb's
it's a slippery slope, isn't it? Right. So if Herb's that important,
we've talked about this though. Like Herb's the leader of the team. Like whether y'all like that or not, he is legitimately the leader of the team. And I think if you remove him, man, I don't think it's the same team.
Are you gonna trade him for Lowry or what?
No.
Take your tap shoes off.
See, so you are attached to certain guys, right? Like
Herb's different. Herb's different for me.
And I agree. I'm not like, well, I don't know if I agree in that specific hypothetical, but the point is you do have to draw your line of like, if there are a couple guys, if there are some people that are untouchable, then that means the other ones aren't, right? Like, and you've got to be willing to look at packages that might hurt your feelings a little bit today or make you a little upset because you like the way a certain player, the energy, whatever the hell whatever your attachment is to him. But if it makes the starting lineup significantly better, might be a situation where you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know about that. Yeah.
So Justin, question. I can't say I'm for it, but let's say like with Laurie, like the space that you would give Brandon and Zion, just hypothetically speaking.
Because I'm thinking about it, right? With Laurie, right? Brandon and Zion, and you're keeping Trey. Does Trey go in this deal?
No, you keep Trey.
Yeah, I mean that's what that's why I go back and be like, well, you might have to, bro. Zion, Laurie, CJ, Brandon, and Trey as your starting 5.
You go score 149 points.
You're going to score 140 a night easily. Like, look, I love her. Like everyone knows I love her. I'm not saying I would do it. I got to see the deal. But you're telling me you roll up a lineup of CJ, Trey, Brandon, Zion, and Laurie, those 5. How do you stop that? Now your bench takes a hit, but how do you stop that?
I think it's unrealistic. Just to be clear, I don't think we're moving her. It's more of the general hypothetical of what are you willing to consider?
What the hell are y'all talking
about? And I think Lito's willing to consider anyone. I'm probably not.
Her for Lori, Chris.
For Laura.
Laura for Laura.
I mean, do you think that did that put you over the top?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know if we should even be, if it's about the individual. Are you willing to make the move?
That's kind of what I'm.
Yeah.
And to be totally clear, I don't think we are. Like, I don't know that this front office is got the guts to do what's necessary. I just haven't seen it. I haven't seen us engage in that type of activity yet. But maybe the team right now is giving them a reason, right? Like, maybe we're going to push this thing far enough by the All-Star break to give them a reason to start considering some of that. But I think, to Chris's point, like, I just haven't seen that yet. Like, the fact that we still are sitting on all these fucking picks sort of affirms my belief that, like,
Ayo.
Well, if it matters to y'all, the Lakers are currently losing right now. There's a chance that they could be a game under 500. If anyone cares.
Yo, this is wild. Somebody asked us a question about who we trade. We're answering the question. Like, what you want us to do? Tell them fuck off? Like,
Leo.
That's exactly
interesting here. Interesting comment.
Who? Oh, okay.
Who is complaining? What are you?
All right.
Like, we just patted the team on the back for an hour.
What
the fuck?
Because look. All right. So I had this discussion at the last show, and I tell people this all the time. They will lose 3 games in a row again at some point in the year. Like, they're gonna lose back-to-back games. They're gonna lose a game that they shouldn't lose. More than likely, even your energy is going to change. So we talk about improving the team, man. Like, this isn't even complaining. I guarantee you, no matter what, if it's any of y'all that's in here that thinks that this team, if they continue to win, is going to stay the same for the rest of the year, I have a rude awakening for you. I can promise you.
Because this is the question you should be asking yourself. Is this a championship team?
Yeah, I mean, we got people in the comments trying to trade Chaz every podcast, man. So, I mean,
right. Y'all get in the comments, even when Chaz not here, y'all talking about Chaz. Well, stop complaining. We won 7 out of 10, 9 out of 12. Well, when do we start doing that, man? Like leave people alone, man. Like,
after a win, you guys are looking for
after a win.
We're giving you all this positive content, and you guys
leave my dog alone, man. We got a no trade clause on Chaz. Man. That's the GOAT, man. Hey, see, there we go.
Happy birthday, Chaz.
I'm proud of y'all in here, man.
Hey, hit that smash.
Where Chaz at?
Y'all want to go 5 more minutes? Y'all want to cut it?
Crazy.
My baby.
What you think about that?
Really. Yeah, that's crazy. Justin, that's crazy. Justin.
Lido, if there's one person that shouldn't say a word tonight about crazy, it's you.
I'm reviewing the tape.
That doesn't matter. You're still the game. You can review the tape. You still the game, though.
After the game go off, I'm gonna practice, Justin. I'm not just a, you know what I'm saying? I'm not just a live stream player. Like,
yeah, trade me. Trade me.
Player to be named later.
Wake up.
Podcaster to be named later.
That's crazy.
Cash considerations.
I'm on Kristen Clark's podcast out of nowhere. Like,
nah, man, we trading you like the Wizards or something like a random Wizards podcast.
I gotta be on a different team.
Nah,
maybe depends on how good the deal is.
Crazy.
Depends on how good the deal is.
280 people in here. Appreciate y'all. Make sure you hit that like button. Okay, last question. What's the missing piece? Chris, let's go with you first.
What's the missing? For what?
What do you mean?
Let's assume a championship.
Championship. Oh yeah, championship. Championship caliber move.
Y'all not gonna like this, but I think it's going to have to be a different coach, a different head coach.
Well, that's not happening.
Then don't ask me the question.
What you mean?
I mean, I
No, that's fair.
I
Sorry.
don't.
Can,
Okay, I don't
can we
think.
be more realistic?
thought
Can,
you
can I
meant
add something?
more
Can we add something to
trading.
the question?
No,
Like,
seriously.
let's say let's do it. Let's say this. What's the missing piece to win a first round series?
There we go. Yeah, let's say because a championship. I'm not like. Can they get into the second round yet? Damn.
That's right there.
I think they need a center that offers them more.
Yeah,
a real
this is
center
what
that
guys.
offers
This is
them
what
more
I thought he
flexibility.
meant. That's what I thought he meant. I meant trade wise, but go ahead.
Sure,
Chris.
but again, I think context matters in regards to what the missing piece for what. If you talk about a championship, I don't think that there's a roster move they can make that's going to get them a championship this year.
Interesting.
Yeah, but if we're talking about getting out of first round, then I think that they're going to need some type of different level of flexibility at the center position at some point. As great as Jonas is playing, I think you got to find somebody whether that guy's able to shoot or protect the rim. I think that they're going to need that personally.
You got to sell high too, Chris. Like and you just said it. His value will never be as high as it is right now, especially with Larry Nance coming back. Because a lot of those minutes are going to Larry Nance, and JV's numbers are going to go down.
A championship. Yeah, what's wrong with y'all, man? Can we get out the first round yet? I don't think they have the coach for that. With all due respect,
I think that's Chris' answer. I'm sorry, Ross. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say no. I agree with Chris, and I'll add one more. And because I look at the deal that the Knicks and Toronto made. I think a player like Quickly would have been great here, and went to Toronto, started 2 games, played great. They're 2-0 since he's become a starter. He played great against the Grizzlies tonight. Against Ja Morant, Bane, he had 26, and I think a guy like that would also could benefit this team, like a true bench scorer, like not a sometimes scorer, like a guy that is going to come in and give offensive energy and can go get a bucket over and over and over, can change a game that way off the bench would be the other thing.
Damn, Quickly would have been nice.
Man, that's dope. When I saw that move happen, the first thing I thought, I was like, I wish
there's some Tyrese Maxey and Quickly, man.
Bro.
There's some Maxey in his game. Bro.
Thank you, Ross. I agree with Chris's answer though.
Don't agree with me.
I think not like only on this part, like you're a bad person. Like I pray not to know you in real life.
There we go. Get me out of here. There we go.
What I'm saying? Like you just
bad apple.
You just a piece of shit. Like you just shit under the shit. You know what I'm saying?
You were on Twitter at 9:00 at night.
You was doing the hokey, turning them around.
Referencing the hokey pokey and basketball players. And I'm the piece of shit. You're a grown man.
Hey, both things can be true.
Unbelievable.
Listen, man. I think Chris is right though. I think if this team is gonna reach whatever zenith is there, I think you're gonna need a different guy running the team.
Listen,
the way it
goes.
Wait,
Justin, you think? You need to be the one to answer in this question. Do you think that there's a roster move they can make this year that will get them, not even win a championship, get them to the finals this year?
To get them to the finals, I think marketing does. I think it does.
Whoa!
You get a chance to go to the finals. I think you get to the Western Conference Finals with that starting 5.
Why you say that? You say that because of the space? You saying that because of you thinking about the 3-point attempts?
We've talked about this, right? You got to score, right? But defensively, you don't have to be good all game. You have to be good situationally. And I think that if you can find a way to get enough stops, and I think Willie Green, that's his strong suit. Like he's got his team playing at a high level defensively. He's got fucking Brandon Ingram taking charges. Like that's where we're at right now.
Yeah, man.
I'm just saying they're playing at a very high level. I think that Willie Green's strength is the defense, and it's proven year and year and year, year after year after year. You get market in here. I just think you need to get a couple stops, timely stops in the point of the game. And I think that team's really good.
Have you ever seen a strong suit?
A strong suit?
Yeah.
No.
Like, what does that come from? Is it like that comes from a suit actually being strong, or there's some type of suit
That's crazy.
that's referenced to? Have you
I don't-
walked past that as a strong suit? Have you done that before?
No, what are we talking about here?
You said Willie's ability to make people buy in defensively is his strong suit. So I'm asking you, have you ever seen a strong suit? Just answer the question. Why don't you ever answer questions?
Struggling. Can we end it?
The
I'm
way they
tired.
dressed the mannequin is that the.
So he's never seen a strong suit. Got it. Okay. All right.
So you said you
so
think
tired.
Willie, but Justin,
Strength.
you think Willie could lead that team to?
I do. Like fuck, man. You think of marketing like just how like offensively you're so good, and you still have Dyson, you still have Larry, right? Or do you still have?
Damn.
What?
What type of deal you think? you think they're not gonna want Dyson in a Laurie deal?
Well, you give up Herb,
Oh shit. Okay.
Herb and JV.
They'd probably
Yeah,
want
no.
Dyson more than her.
Fuck it. Perfect. Go. That's perfect then. Send the trade in yesterday. Are you kidding me? Dyson
I
and
feel like they
JV.
gotta want more than that, though. And you
No,
trade
they're
all the
gonna-
picks, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean,
if
dude,
it's-
hey, wait. Markman's got 3 years left. 2?
I don't.
He's
know.
on a good contract. He's on like
He
a
is on
really
a
good
good
contract.
I haven't even looked because I don't consider him a realistic option.
Why? Why don't you?
You're not getting marketing unless you're giving up Trey, bro. Let's just be honest here for a
I
second.
just don't think that's a deal.
And I
that
don't
they
think it is. That's why, like, I mean, I brought up the marketing thing just as like a shitty hypothetical around that. Herb, like, would you trade Herb if it came, if push came to shove? Conversation earlier, but like, I don't see how we get marketing.
What was it, Justin? For what?
4 years, 67 million. He's got this year, next year, and then he's an unrestricted free agent in 2025.
That's a really good contract.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a really good contract.
that's
A
nice.
really good contract. You think they would give up Trey? No way, huh?
Nah, they're not giving up Trey.
Willie would.
Not for
Yeah,
marketing.
Willie, yeah.
I think if Trey's in,
Would he be untouchable?
I don't think he is. But I think if they're moving Trey, it's for a big upgrade, like a big upgrade, not like you ain't moving Trey. I think even someone more impactful, like far more impactful than marketing.
Yeah,
You're moving Trey. You're talking about getting
you
like
have
a
to.
third star. I think.
Yeah, you about to pay him $100 million. So yeah,
Yeah.
he would. I'm a Ross. If you trading him, you're telling me Laurie is getting you. I don't know about the finals, but let's just say he's getting you past multiple rounds of the playoffs.
I don't think he does. Like I don't know that Laurie moves the needle any more than just like playing Trey, like a healthy Trey would. I think if they're, like I said, I think if you're really looking at bringing in like an impactful player, somebody that, if you're moving Trey, you're talking about getting a third star. I really do.
I think that this team, just like BI and Zion, just kind of learned how to share. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't even really include Trey in that mix yet because he hasn't played enough games this season to be a part of that. And if you add in a high usage guy like Laurie, I don't know if under this current regime if that could work.
I can't think of many. All the people that I could think that would be available, I just can't see how they
Yeah,
would
Chris,
develop it, man.
I kind of agree with you now. I'm thinking about it. I mean, like Laurie might be too expensive, and then like what player could come here to get you to a championship? Like,
I mean, can't you argue if Brandon and Zion figure it out, you shouldn't be trading for another high usage offensive player?
right, but like that's what I guess my final, like, what is that guy then? If Brandon and Zion are playing at their all-star levels like they should be, like, who would you upgrade? Like, who would you bring in?
It got to be the center position. That's the only thing I can think about. If you're trying to, because
Like I just don't think Jared Allen is like this guy that like I don't know.
Nah, yeah. So I mean, we're spinning. What y'all say? We spinning our wheels here, man.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Make sure you smash that like
What we
button.
doing?
Appreciate y'all.
The NBA season is in full swing, and when I can't get enough of the action on the court, I spice things up betting on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official partner of the NBA. Right now, new customers bet $5 and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app with code BOOT. New customers can bet just $5 on the NBA and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code BOOT. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 or older in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details and state-specific responsible gambling resources. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball terms.
Appreciate y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. See y'all later.